Hello everybody, welcome back for another memory keeping plan with me. This time around we are memory keeping for April 25th through May 1st, so we're finally going to be done with April in early June. You will see from this week and the next few weeks, I've been quite busy with work. I am now at the end of my grading period and technically on summer break, even though I keep finding work-related things to do, like writing letters of recommendation for people, or like organizing all my teaching files, or all these other things that I don't have time to do during the semester. So, yeah. Anyway, this kit is leftovers from the glam kit that I used for my spring break when I went wedding dress shopping for the very first time. I decided to return to it this week because I actually said yes to the dress, la da da, on May 1st. I actually ordered my wedding dress. So it is actually already here in my possession. So I ordered it a lot earlier than I actually need it. So I'm a little nervous about how it's gonna store, but it's here, it's done. We will talk about it. I won't talk about what it looks like, but we will talk about the process of how I got my wedding dress and how I decided upon it. So I'm just putting in the leftover row of glitter headers, the date covers, and the date dots from the kit. This is generally what I do when I use leftovers from a kit if I didn't use these pieces already when I used the kit the first time around. And yes, I ordered my dress from Azazi, which is an online retailer. I am going to film a few videos explaining my whole process of like using their try on at home service. And then after the wedding, I will do an unboxing of my wedding dress. I already filmed it, of course, but I'm not going to post it because I want the dress to be a surprise for everybody. The only people who have seen it are my bridal party. My fiance and I are not the most traditional people. We have lived together for several years already. We're probably going to do a first look just to calm our nerves before our wedding ceremony. But I feel like this is like the one thing we're being rather traditional about. So yeah, I'm really excited that I got my wedding dress ordered. So let's talk about this week. So to start off with the day by day, I think that's what I'm about to do. Yes, to start off with the day by day, sorry for the awkward pause. My fiance was sick this Monday, so I used a Molly is sick sticker for that from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. So he called out that day. He's been working from home pretty much though, so it wasn't too big of a deal. I was feeling good this day, which is not normal for me on a Monday. I used up my last like happy girl sticker from the Novel Coffee, which I don't believe she sells stickers anymore. But that's where that's from. Then I went and taught my 2 morning classes, so I used the class labels from the kit. I'm going to use the class labels until they run out, and then for the rest of my classes for the week, I'll use the work labels from the kit. And then I graded exactly 1 essay in between classes because I was going home for lunch on Monday and Wednesday. That's been my routine for the second half of the semester. It's been helping my mental health a lot, honestly, and my levels of tiredness. But anyway, that sticker is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co., the cat on a laptop. I will end up changing out that work label for a class label at the second half of Monday in a few minutes. And then I just marked that I went to bed early with a really old Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. So even though I was feeling better than usual on this particular Monday, I still went to bed early because Mondays are exhausting for me, at least this semester they were. Last semester they were too. The whole school year for the last 9 months, Mondays have been exhausting. I always have the most classes. Next semester that might be different. I have a totally different schedule every single semester. You know, like college students do. It's just how college schedules work. So hopefully next semester I'm not teaching on Fridays. Right now, as of now, I'm not supposed to be. But my schedule can get changed at any point. This whole last school year I've been teaching on Fridays, and I don't know how many of you had, if you went to college, had classes on Fridays. I had classes on Fridays a couple semesters, but not every single semester. So teaching on Fridays is interesting because like a lot of people are kind of disappointed that they had a Friday class, and I don't blame them, but I don't make the schedule. I don't think that some people realize that. I don't set the schedule at all. Anywho, that was a total tangent. I'm sorry. Tuesday, I had class again, so I marked that with a label from the kit. I did a lot more grading this particular day, so I have Molly on her laptop for that. And then I attended a workshop about quote-unquote decolonizing the syllabus, although we talked about this during that session. You can't really decolonize something that wasn't, it's not really an accurate term is what I'll say. Anyway, I attended that on Zoom. I thought that was good conversation to have. It's something I'm trying to think about as more equity in the classroom. And the syllabus starts there. So anyway, I have a Zoom sticker from Cinderella paper. I didn't explain all that very well just because I'm rushing through explaining my week. But if you want more details on that, you can always DM me on Instagram for what I mean by all of that. Then I tried on my Azazi samples one last time because I needed to send them back. They give you a week to keep them, so I used a Paper Shire Dresses sticker from their wedding planning sheet from that. And then I went to FedEx, I don't know where that box sticker is from, to drop off the samples. I ordered 3 samples because that's as many as you can order at any one time. You do pay a small fee to try them on, but with the way gas prices are right now, quite frankly, it'll probably cost me $15 to drive to a bridal shop, so I'm okay with that. Then I marked that I played with my cat, so I have Molly with a Christmas ornament, but to me it looks like a toy, so I use that for playing with my cat. And then I don't know where that TV label is from. It's left over from a really long time ago, but I watched Big Family Cooking Showdown. On Wednesday, I marked with what is supposed to be a manicure script that my fiance went up to LA. He was in the process of getting onboarded for his new job, so he had to go get live scanned, so I thought the hand sticker would be funny for that. I've been fingerprinted so many, well, not so many times, only like twice, but I haven't been fingerprinted for my current job because I don't work with children. I've worked with children and I've worked with animals a lot, so live scanning is important for that. I marked with Molly as grumpy from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. that I was anxious and annoyed. I put in 3 different work labels for my various classes that day, and you can also see that I napped because Molly was exhausted, and then at the end of the day I used Molly is feeling down to mark that I was feeling down. It was at this point in the semester where I was feeling really exhausted all the time, and spring semester is hard. I feel like people are just, counting down the days till summer break, and I really honestly don't blame them. But morale, I feel like, can be hard in the spring semester because in the fall, everyone's like excited to be back or excited to get started, and then things get more difficult from there. That's just my personal perspective. I don't know if that's how everyone's feeling, but that's the vibe I get every year at this point in the spring semester. I went and filled in with a weekly checklist and a habit tracker to mark taking care of my skin, and then dinners is what I use the weekly checklist for. And then I'll go ahead and move over to Thursday. So Thursday I taught in the morning, so I used a work label for that. I graded, so we're going to have Molly on her laptop for that, and I'm going to use one of these fun square boxes. I love using the square boxes for grading for some reason. Then I filled in with a full box from the kit. Then I just rested after doing my grading because Thursdays I'm also very tired, or at least I was this semester. So I have Molly sleeping on the couch for that. I responded to, or we both, my fiance and I, responded to some questions from our photographer-to-be. So I used a pattern piece of washi and a Wonton and a Million, what are they called? Wonton sticker? Except that's not a wonton. Is that supposed to be shumai? It might be. Anyway, it's holding a camera, so I used that for talking with our photographer. And then I put in an ice cream cone because I think Nathan bought me some Ben & Jerry's or something this particular night because I was having kind of a very up and down week. So we ate ice cream and watched Tasting History on YouTube. Friday, I used the last work labels from the kit to mark my 2 classes on Friday. Oh, and this was the day I left my keys in my second classroom. So I walked all the way back to my car. So I walked all the way across campus from my second classroom on Friday. And I got to my car and I realized I did not have my keys. And so I went back to my first classroom for my first class because I thought maybe I left them in there, like on the desk or the podium in there, because that one was closer to where I parked, but then they weren't in there. So I'm like, okay, I got to go all the way back to the other side of campus to check the other classroom. And they were there and it was fine. And luckily, this is the one good thing about teaching Friday classes is that after about like noon, or after about like 11 a.m., there's barely any classes on Friday. So luckily, there was there were no classes going on in either of my classrooms after my class. So it wasn't like I was interrupting anybody and I could just check really quick. But yeah, I was just like, ugh. It wasn't that bad. It's just I was already tired and I had to walk like double the amount that I normally walk. So I don't know where that UGG sticker is from, but she's real frustrated that she had to walk all the way back across campus. That's the only time I've done that, though. It's just like, so after this week, I was like, okay, put your keys in your bag. I carry a lot of stuff to my classrooms, right? Like, I'm not stationary in one classroom. If you went to college, you know how that works. So, yeah, I'm always carrying like keys and books and handouts and assignment prompts. I'm always carrying a lot of stuff. So sometimes my stuff gets all scattered, and apparently this day I forgot to grab it. Oopsies. Then I went home and planned the next week. I did a Target drive-up order, and then I thought I was getting sick, which is always fun. I used a Fox and Cactus Sick Girl for that. I was thinking I had a sore throat. It went away the next day, so it might have just been that I was like talking through my nose because I was still wearing a mask. I wore a mask the whole semester. I don't care. At this point, I didn't mind if my students didn't because it wasn't required anymore. But I personally just felt better wearing a mask. However, it does really dry out your voice and your throat when you're like having to talk a lot with a mask on. So half of this semester, I thought I was getting sick, but it was probably just allergies or my mouth was really dry from talking with a mask on. Oh, this evening we watched Turning Red. So I use a Fox and Cactus like cat with popcorn wearing Mickey ears. I did not expect to like that movie that much. I had heard about it and I heard about like the different controversies, and I think everyone bringing up the weird criticisms that have come up. I'm like, those are not valid criticisms. Anyway, my fiance wanted to watch it and I was like, okay. And then from the get-go, I was just laughing my butt off. That movie is hilarious. And I think it's because I think it's supposed to take place in like 2002, right? And she's like 12, 13. So in 2002, I would have been like 10, I think. Yeah. But I think just as someone who grew up in the early 2000s and went through puberty during that time, it was such a relatable movie. I loved it. And also I love red pandas. So, I mean, that's great. It's a great movie. It's like one of the few newer Disney movies I would actually rewatch. I thought it was hilarious. It was great. And like, there was that guy who said it wasn't relatable. And I'm like, it's totally relatable. It's just not relatable to you, dude. That review got taken down, I saw. But I'm just like, well, do you think, okay, I'm in English. You think everyone has always related to these stories that we have traditionally assigned in reading in English? No, not everything's for everybody. Anyway, I loved it. I thought it was so relatable. It was a great movie. I'm going to pause this for just a second. Sorry, our mail carrier was coming in and I just wanted to make sure it was actually him. Where were we? Turning Red's great. I think you should watch it, particularly if you went through puberty in the early 2000s like I did. I thought it was so funny. Anyway, Saturday, Nathan, my fiance, had to work at another public event, so I put in a bus sticker from the sticker party for that. I played with our cat, so that is Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. I filmed my bridesmaid boxes, so that'll be a video for you at some point once I edit it. I used a filming sticker from Planet Hannah. I graded because I needed to, so I have Molly on her laptop for that. I rewarded myself with a fancy latte from a local coffee shop after that, so that sticker is very old. It is from Oh Hello. I washed dishes, so that sticker is also from Oh Hello, and then I again replied to questions from our photographer and watched Eat the Menu on YouTube, so Molly is watching TV there. Sunday, I slept in, so that sticker is from Fox and Cactus. I mailed my mother a Mother's Day card. I don't know where that envelope is from. We went on a walk, so that sticker is from Sweet Ava's paper, I think. I paid rent and one of my credit cards because those are both due on the 1st. I graded some more, so we have a Once More with Love Munchkin stress grading there. And then I asked my fiance to help me take measurements for my wedding dress. So we watched the video from Azazi on how to do that, and then he helped me with that. So I have Molly wearing like these big pants for that. I think it's supposed to be for weight loss. It was just on a sampler. I didn't order it, but I thought it would be fun to use for taking measurements. Then I cleaned up the kitchen a bit, so I have a sticker from Cinderella paper for that. And then I said yes to the dress. So that script, that gold script sticker is from Scribble Prints Co. and I accompanied it with a Paper Shire wedding couple that was customized to look like my fiance and me. So that was exciting. I ordered the dress. I'm like, I hope I'm doing the right thing. I'm choosing the right dress. I'm inputting the measurements correctly, all of that. Because that's the other thing with Azazi is they do free custom sizing. So that's kind of cool. I got it and it's still a little big in certain areas, but it was areas that like you can't submit your standard measurements for. So it's fine. I still have a budget for alterations. I was going to have to take it in anyway because I want to bustle. So we'll figure it out. And then I ended that night by watching Big Family Cooking Showdown. So now I'm just filling in with like the weekend banner, some bottom washi from Scotch, and the like extra washi from the kit. I just decided to use it, like the patterned washi, I mean, to fill in some blank spaces. So this is what is left over from the kit. I hope you enjoyed this week. I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for watching. I am really excited that I crossed my wedding dress off the list this week. Gives me one less thing to preoccupy myself with. But yeah, that is the week. I like how it turned out. I like how I brought in the gold foil to go along with the Say Yes to the Dress script. My fiance asked me, he's like, are you going to say yes to the dress? Because he likes watching that too. He particularly likes, what's his name? Kwan? I think Kwan is his last name. He's like British. Anyway, that's Nathan's favorite version of Say Yes to the Dress. He really likes that guy's personality. Anywho, I will talk to you later. Goodbye.